All right, what's up, guys? This is Daniel with Midnight Movie Trash Podcast, and I'm here with.
Stacy's Dimple Adventures.
All right, so this marks what, the third episode?
Yes, the third episode.
So, episode three of the Midnight Movie Trash shenanigans. And in this episode, we will be talking Scarah Scream Theaters uh second year anniversary. They're at Doc's Drive-In, and our adventures of getting to Doc's Drive-In. As well as we'll be talking Retro City's the Crow tribute event. That was,
Yes.
yeah, which was a great one. So we'll start with the Scare Scream Theater. Uh we made it out there, but our trip from San Antonio to Buda.
Yeah. That one was a wild one, I could say.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it started out normal and everything, and you know, for some reason, GPS always it takes us one or two ways: the quick and easy way, or what we call the sketchy back way. And somebody had to mention the sketchy road, and all of a sudden, turn here, and
Because I just thought about it. I was like, we haven't gone that way. Not thinking that I wanted to go that
yeah,
way, but just that I'm glad that it was taking us, I guess you could say the normal way since we've been out to Scara's event a few times. But
yeah,
the one time I mentioned it, which I'm not going to mention again anymore, the sketchy road,
yeah. It
that was
was
scary.
And previous conversation, there's a I guess you can call it a supermarket franchise store
Yes.
called what a Supermercado Poco Loco, very
Yes.
Hispanic, South Texas. Um well, we made it into the Matrix, Twilight Zone, whatever you want to call it, because we went into an infinite loop of Poco Loco markets, which we didn't know had gas stations. So
Yes.
yeah, we
Yeah,
passed. Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
yeah, we passed the first one because we were talking about it, uh, and we passed it, and we're like, oh, it's a gas station. I kept driving because, of course, it's at night and there's deer and everything. Because it's uh, what's the word I'm looking for? It's out there.
Hmm.
It's and then you go like, well, you go ahead and you say what
Yeah, we passed the first one, and then we were going in the car, and then all of a sudden, I was like, "Are we? Did we just hit like an infinite glitch, or is there a glitch in the Matrix?" Because there was another Poco Loco, but on the opposite side. I was like, "It can't be the same one. We didn't go in the circle." Well, yeah, that was the beginning of the infinite loop of those convenience stores that we had no idea were out there. Because that's the first time we went that way and saw them.
yeah, in a year, in a
Yeah,
year.
in a year. We've never gone down that path, and we wound up seeing what, four of them?
No, five with the big one.
That's right, that's right. And I mean, they were like what, not even a quarter mile away from each other.
No, and it was quick. It was weird because it would go from left to right to left to right, and then the last, and then left again, and then the one right in front where we turn.
Hmm. Yeah,
That's
yeah. I was like, Something's not right. Yeah, something's not right." We made it into the Twilight Zone. Like,
yes.
all we need is homeboy starting off the episode smoking a cigarette, saying, "In this episode, we're going to go into an infinite glitch of Poco Locos." You
Yeah.
know, so, so yeah. But we made it. We made it safe, and it was a great showing. Scara showed Trick or Treat,
Yes.
and it's I did not know that Trick or Treat never made it to mainstream theaters upon its release.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, so when 'cause Scarah always does a little intro to the movie and little facts about the film, and that was one of the facts she brought up, and I was like,
Yes.
wow.
And I
Yeah.
like that she's always in costume of whatever movie she's
Uh-huh.
playing.
Yep. She's always in theme with the film.
Yes.
And yeah, it was I didn't realize how short that film was, and it's such a fast film. You lock into the story and it just goes. And yeah, because
It
you
all connects.
yeah.
With Trick or Treat, it all connects, which I think is pretty cool. And what
Yep.
I also like is that even after the film is done, she tells a little bit more
Hmm.
facts about the movie, and she gives a little sneak peek of what she shows for next month.
Yep. And we usually get back because we have a ritual. We go to the Scream Theater, then we get back into town and we eat Whataburger.
Mhm.
And this time we were back in town before midnight, and I was like, it still felt off. Oh, and on the way back, we were still haunted by Poco Loco via
A
the
billboard.
billboard. I was like, you bastard, won't you leave us alone?
Yes. I think we saw two.
Yeah.
We saw two coming home. Luckily, they were just billboards. They weren't actually stores.
Yep. So yeah, that was it's been the running joke now, the infinite loop of Poco Locos.
Yep.
So yeah, so if you haven't gone out to a Doc's Drive-In for one of Scarah's Scream Theater, I highly recommend it. Um, you
Or
know,
even just going itself.
hmm
I haven't had a chance because it's a little bit of a drive for us. Uh, but it's really good. They're really sweet people and everything.
hmm And then they have a bar also, a speakeasy called
Yes.
Mama Marlowe's, and yeah, it's pretty cool down there, and it's got a hidden pathway, just like Prohibition era.
Hmm.
And once you find your way down, you go down the stairs, which are pretty
Pretty
steep.
steep.
Yeah, and it literally is underground, and
Yeah,
it's
I lose
it's cool
signal
as
every
hell.
time.
Yeah, it's cool as hell. Drinks are reasonable. They serve food also. They host a lot of other events there. I know there's another movie night that they do trivia, bingo night, stuff like that. So
Or
yeah.
just even a regular if you can't make it to one of their trivia or little things they're hosting, they do have regular movies out as well.
hmm So yeah, highly recommend it. Go check it out. Go support Docs. Um, yeah, you know. With that being said, the next thing on the podcast is the Crow tribute event, which Stacy here is a huge fan of the Crow.
Yes, I am.
Uh, I am too, but I won't lie. It took me a long time to sit and watch it, like years after it came out. And once I did, I understood exactly why it's the cult classic that it is and whatnot. So we were fortunate enough to meet it's Lawrence Mason, Tintin.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm bad with names. I know them by their stage names.
Uh-huh.
So of course it's Tintin and Sarah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's Tintin and Sarah. Let me actually get their names. Let me look real quick. But with
yeah.
that, I am a huge fan because I even named my son after Brandon Lee, who he plays Eric Draven, and I named my son Draven. I was like pretty crazy about that. Uh, and just meeting Lawrence.
Mason, yeah, it is Lawrence
Yeah,
Mason
it is my
and,
son. Okay.
and
Uh,
Rochelle Davis.
yes.
Uh, yeah, it was super cool to meet both of them. They are both unicorns in the con world.
Hmm.
Uh, Lawrence being more of a rare guest. After the interview with him, he told me that was only his fifth event since the movie premiered that he's done. And so yeah, that's a very rare guest. So if you ever see him coming and you need to complete your poster, complete anything, or you just want to meet him, definitely do it because he does not do many of them. As well
No.
as Rochelle also. Um,
But she's bigger on social media
yeah,
than Lawrence is.
yeah. So got to sit and talk with both of them. Those interviews are in the pipeline. Like I said, I'm so backed up in content. It's not even funny. Um, but yeah, you know, uh, great conversation with Lawrence. Um, he opened up about filming, landing the role, saying that he went into audition in character that the way he
Yeah,
was
he
going to play
woke
it.
up
Yeah,
that day. He woke
yeah,
up in character. He went, I remember him saying while I was breaking down the camera that he woke up and he got dressed of how he thought Tintin should look like. And he said people, I think, were on the subway or the train, I don't know,
mhm.
something that were just looking at him weird. And he was in character the whole day, all the way up until going and auditioning to it.
Yeah. He said that he felt that he locked in and he locked in, and that's pretty cool for to hear when a actor just knows that's the character and that's how they're gonna play it and land the role and see it through. So yeah, it was super cool talking with him and hearing the stories as well as after the interview. Uh, Stacy asked the question that I wanted to ask. Just he requested what I was going to ask ahead of time, and I didn't want to come in from left field with a new question that I hadn't you know talked to him about. And that's the thing. Some celebs don't want to know the questions, and some celebs absolutely want to know what you're going to ask. And that's
Yeah,
totally
because
fine by me. Whatever makes them comfortable, because at the end of the day, it's a courtesy that they're sitting and talking with me, and it's not something that's guaranteed or mandatory. So I'm a firm believer of making them feel comfortable and always ask what they don't want to talk about, because not TMZ. I don't care about uh clickbait and you
politics or religion.
yeah, all that kind of stuff. Is like, I don't care. So I'm just there about talking about the film, and which was cool because that's what he really wanted. And you know for him to be such a rare interview, let alone rare guest, for him to feel comfortable enough to say, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. It was an honor, you know because like I said, they don't have to you know talk to us at all, but being more that he's very reserved and not outgoing, but he's not a social media guy, and you know that's just the way some people are, and that's cool by me. you know uh did you pick up on anything else while talking with Lawrence?
Just that he was really humble and everything, but you could tell he had a little bit of anxiety
Hmm.
because he did I've noticed that because he did walk around a lot. He did,
Yeah.
but he was very patient with me. Of course, I the only thing I got was that my uncle gave me was a VHS that it is completely brand new. It was sealed at the time. Rochelle opened it. But no, that the only thing I picked up that he was a good guy. He was sweet. Oh, the question I did ask him, which I asked if it was okay to ask him at least one question, and it was the scene where he quote unquote swallows a bullet.
Hmm.
He says that it was basically uh like tinfoil. He just put it in. Of course, it went to a different film, and then of course he takes it out and acts like he's swallowing. He says, or it could have been, he says he doesn't remember. that it was tinfoil or chocolate. And of course, when they did the other scene and came back to him, it looked like he swallowed it because of course it could have been chocolate. Or like I said, he took it out. But with Lawrence, he was awesome. He was a sweet guy. Let me see, I don't know if you could see the picture, but
Oh, there
it was
you go.
awesome. Yeah, it was awesome with him. Like he was real patient with me because the first photo, oh no, it was only one photo. Yeah, because he was like, "Well, come on in, let's get your photo," and he was just really cool. He was fun to talk to. Just that, I remember he was saying about the knives that he had the knife set
Hmm.
from the movies. Uh, but since of course he went home on plane, uh, that he couldn't take it. He couldn't take
Yeah.
it with him.
So so
So
that so that was a little bit of information that uh kind of sucked hearing, since the prop master gave him the set of knives that he used in the film, but to have
mhm,
TSA confiscate the knives, you know, when he boarded, and this is pre 9/11, this is pre all that. So, you know, things were a lot more, I would say, lenient back then,
yeah,
but still, you couldn't fly with knives and stuff like, which, is obvious, but you know, like he said, he goes, somebody who, if they kept those knives, has screen used knives from the film,
he said
you know,
probably somebody from TSA kept them,
yeah, you
especially
know,
since it's from a movie.
yep. So, those blades may be sitting in somebody's personal collection, not knowing that they're screen used blades, or they may have ended up in a landfill somewhere, because I know they throw away stuff.
Yeah.
So, but that just sucks that he had to part with that piece of movie history.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was kind of a bummer when he was saying that. And did he did say, because I'm waiting to see him on eBay one of these days.
Yes, he did. He says that every once in a while he'll check just to see if they're on eBay.
Yeah, you know, and Rochelle, she was super sweet, super down to earth.
She was a sweetheart.
She was a little under the weather. She had been feeling a little sick and whatnot. So, she was well, basically she told me, she's like, if I cough, I apologize, type deal. But nah, she was a trooper, you know, super cool, super fun. I kept it short, because I know she was a little under the weather, and I didn't want to keep her longer than I needed to. Um, but
Yeah.
Stacy, you got a cool memory with her, when she signed that
Yes, I
copy
do.
I gave you.
Yes, I do. Uh, she had told I my mind went blank because of course it's somebody who I've always wanted to meet since I ever saw The Crow for the first time. Shout out to my uncle Anthony. He introduced me to it. But she opened it and she let me record her opening it. Let me see, I have that little video. Uh, just a quick little, hold on, I want to see if I oh yeah, see, she's trying to open it there. So I thought it was pretty awesome that she did that and she signed it as well. Just a simple line. I had asked her, it says, "What are you supposed to be, a clown or something?" Which is the first line that she says to Eric Draven in the movie.
Mhm.
Because I could have had her, if I wanted to, have her say the whole first lines, should I say, that she says at the beginning of the movie. But I was like, no, I rather just be something intimate that what made me think of my son.
There
But
you go.
she was sweet though, and I'm surprised she was even talking while opening the the wrapping on it.
Hmm.
Because she said she was even honored that because she said it hadn't seen him and it was like a blockbuster sticker and everything on it.
Yeah, yeah. It was funny because that's been sitting in my collection for a few years. I picked it up at a thrift store, when they were having, what was it, 10 tapes for $1. They had like baskets of tapes, and I hit it right when they pulled out the baskets, and that was one of the tapes, as well as I picked up some hellacious VHS horror tapes there. A lot of them that I parted ways with when I had to get rid of my collection, but a few of them I stayed with, like Sweet 16, the slasher, 80 slasher.
Yes.
Um, a couple other big boxes and stuff like that came out of that lot. But yeah, so when she was like, "Ah, I gotta find my copy," I was like, and it was funny because I'm actually thinking of actually thinning out my VHS collection that I have left, um, just to save space and fund the short film I'm doing. So I saw that one and I was like, "Oh, I have a copy of it," So sure enough, it was right there, right where I remember putting it. Gave it to her, and didn't you lose it too? Like the day before you were looking for it?
Yes, they had put it. I have a thing because, of course, I love to do crafts. Uh, they had put it in one of my craft drawers, and I was freaking out. I was having all my kids search for it. I had one of my sons who was grounded because he did something stupid at school. I told him, if you find it, you're ungrounded, and you could do whatever you want. That's unreasonable, which meaning like he could play his game and stuff, but he still, of course, still has to listen. Sure
Yeah.
enough, Sure enough, he found it, and I was grateful because I was getting mad. So I was like, this is a once in a lifetime thing.
Be like, yep. And then to track down a another VHS tape. Well, really didn't pay attention, but I'm pretty sure that some of the vendors may have had it there, but gonna pay vendor prices for them.
Yeah, sorry. I'm not that desperate. I was like, I do
Yeah.
have 5 kids and 2 grandbabies. Not that desperate.
Be like, yeah, if I find it, I find it. But yeah, overall it was a great event. Uh, you know, Jewel always has great vendors,
Oh,
and
yes.
you know, I wound up picking up another light box from Retro John. I'm not gonna say which light box it is because that one's a gift.
I was like, wait, let me find mine.
Yeah, and he and Retro John debuted the Crow light boxes, which Stacy was eyeballing that time.
Yes, I was. Yes, I was. I was like, so favorite, so pretty. It is so pretty. I'm gonna try to get it to light up. Oh,
There
look,
you
there
go.
you go. It's kind of lit up. Let me, I mean, have them turn off the light so you can see it better.
Oh, that looks cool.
Yes. Okay. Yes. I was like,
Yeah,
I'm in love with it. I don't let my kids touch it because
my
if they
precious.
break it, I'll haunt them. I'll
What would
haunt
you
them
call it?
haunt them when I'm gone. And even now.
Yeah. So if you go to any Retro City events here in at Ingram Park Mall, Retro John, he's always got a booth, one of
Yeah,
the center
it's like kind
booths.
of like right in the center,
Yep.
catty corner from the celebrities.
Yep. So he's got some cool nostalgic light boxes. He always does theme light boxes for the events.
Yes.
Um, yeah, I saw it, and the shopping mall one he did for the this last one with Kelly Maroney. I was in there like, like yeah, but yeah, I guess final thoughts for that weekend.
I enjoyed it, but I will not do Poco Loco again. I'm sorry. That, but all in all, for now, that has been my favorite weekend due to the fact that I met 2 celebrities from my all-time favorite movie that they don't make a lot of stuff for anymore. Tear.
Yeah, yeah, I've noticed that there hasn't been any Crow merchandise. I know NECA was doing it and a couple other companies back in the day.
Yeah, Hot
So,
Topic carried a lot of it.
hmm
Yeah,
but
that was like the 90s, early
early
2000s.
2000s, yeah. Yeah, that's when all the cool shit came out that I should have bought and I didn't buy. Like the McFarlane movie Maniacs and shit like that.
Yep.
Uh, the biggest regret is that NECA Freddy versus Jason shadow
That one.
box with
Yeah,
the glove and the Jason mask. Yeah, buddy of mine that used to work with, you should buy it. Nah, I was like, nah. At that time, I wasn't collecting figures and stuff like that, which I should have. Now it's like, I
not
messed up,
everybody's doing
boy.
it.
Yeah,
But
but
no,
but
it
yeah,
was it was fun. It was a good weekend. It
yeah, it was
always is every weekend.
a fun one. Uh, yeah, I was just I was happy that I was able to sit and talk with both of them, being that they're unicorn guest
Unicorns.
giveaway. If you don't know what the term unicorn guest means, it's just a term that we say for celebs or actor or artists or whatever that don't do appearances as far as cons or signings. Those are the ones that are considered like unicorns. So for the Crow franchise, these two are very very rare to get. So it was
I
cool.
heard people were driving in
Yeah,
from
yeah,
everywhere
that is true.
because they needed to finish some some of their signatures on posters,
Hmm.
on VHSs, or anything.
Yep. So yeah, y- I'm a firm believer. If you're a fan of the franchise, go out and uh, to these events where they're at, make some memories, meet them. Even if you don't get anything signed, just do a meet and greet with them. Just go and meet them.
Mhm.
But yeah, with that being said, it was a fun weekend. Um, next podcast that we're gonna knock out is we will be talking Big Tex Comic Con as well as the Horrorween event from Retro City. So with that being said, until next time, see ya.
Bye.